What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tsla, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening with the economic calendar moving forward and how things are looking in my personal opinion. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. Anyways, so as far as the market's going, we are starting to look more bullish on the charts if we could hold some key levels. And so far, the market looks like it wants to push going into next week. Now, we had this head and shoulders on SPY. There's always the possibility it does play out. But for now, I don't think that we're just going to get a dump from this point on. I think the market's going to get bought back up a bit more. And there should be more upside coming going into next week. We'll have to see if we could hold above this right shoulder area or not. If we can't, if we make another lower high here, then we could turn and start dumping. But if we break the resistance, there's going to be a lot more upside potential that could be coming. I'm going to break down why the charts are starting to suggest that. So it's a bit of a shift. I understand that sometimes different things could happen in the markets, but we have to be very open-minded to different possibilities and manipulations. So I'm going to talk about why I think the market's going to bounce in just a couple of minutes. Let's first talk about some data real quick. Tomorrow, the market's going to be closed. It's going to be Saturday, but then going into next week, we're starting off with Monday, January 6th, 2025. Please remember that the stock market has some data at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the S&P Global Composite PMI, so look for some volatility then. Then on Tuesday, we have at 10 o'clock a.m. the JOLTS job openings and job quits report. So look for some volatility then as well. On Wednesday, we have very, very minor data in the morning, but at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the FOMC minutes. So we'll just have to see what that leads to. That may cause some more volatility, giving us more insights about FOMC, and we'll see what happens from there. For Thursday, we also happen to have very, very minor data, just like jobs numbers and factors like that. However, on Thursday, January 9th, please remember that it's going to be former President Jimmy Carter's funeral. So he sadly passed away not too long ago. And with his funeral taking place, I just want to send condolences to his entire family. With him passing away, the stock market is going to be closed on Thursday. So just keep that in mind. We have another closed day just in commemorance of that very, very important event. So there won't be trading on Thursday. But then on Friday, we have more data coming out. We have lots of jobs numbers like the unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls, and etc. coming out for Friday. So we'll have to see what that leads to. Anyways, just to be very, very clear, I could tell that the market is going to be trading from Monday through Wednesday. It's going to be closed on Thursday. Then it's going to be open again on Friday. So just keep that in mind. Most days have data that's coming out, but some days are going to be a little bit more minor. For earnings, we have more earnings coming out. Most of them are quite minor just to start things off. We just have some banks such as Jefferies and a few more. And that's pretty much it, like Delta Airlines, and the list goes on. Just know that this is the first week of earnings that are going to be coming out consistently for the year. And then the week after this week that's coming up, just know that there's going to be big bank earnings starting after this week is taken care of. So we're approaching big bank earnings and big tech earnings in just a couple of weeks. So be ready for that. The last thing is this. For the fear and greed index, the market was at extreme fear. Now it's just at fear because the market is starting to turn. And this could be a sign the market's trying to bounce. I would like to see this slowly get closer to neutral because the market could try to bounce from here. Momentum is at fear. It used to be at extreme fear, but now it's just at fear. So that's a sign we're trying to rebound. And then the put to call option ratio is at neutral. We started off, this was going up. There was a lot more puts being bought, and now they're starting to slow down. So this makes me suspect that with a lot of people who started shorting the market at the low levels we had, the market makers may try to squeeze shorts again, and this could lead to a squeeze next week. The VIX is also dipping as it has some gaps to fill below, which makes me suspect the market is not going to see a big dump from this point on. We may actually see some more upside first. Then we'll have to see if we can try to take out these highs. So I think that the direction is going to shift temporarily. The first thing is that SPY had this low at 577. It came up to form the right shoulder of the head and shoulders, but there's no guarantee the entire move is going to pan out right now. I just want to say that we made a higher low here, and now we have some signals showing us that SPY is trying to reclaim its key EMAs. Because we closed above our 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, that's a sign of strength, and this imbalance is going to try to push us higher. So I think that SPY is looking stronger on the daily. There's also a slight divergence. If you look at the RSI, there would be a bullish divergence here. I'm not showing that yet, just to keep the chart more concise. I also want to mention that the daily looks stronger because we closed above our 50 EMA. So now we have this gap over here to fill around 595. If If we could break that, there's another gap to fill around 599-ish, and then the 600s are going to be coming after that. So I think we're going to be going up to 595, if not 599. I think the daily is showing some life. As long as we hold above 591 for a couple of days, this might look for a little rebound. Now, is it possible the head and shoulders is a trap just to get everyone to continue to short, thinking it's going to dump? And are they going to try to switch things up? It's always a possibility. But this chart to me suggests 595, if not 599 plus on SPY. It looks like it's going to try to get a bounce heading into next week. For Nvda, the same thing. There's a potential left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder here. As long as we can try to break past 146, we're looking for a push back up for 150. If we lose support at 144, we're going to be looking for a dump back down to 141. I think this is favoring upside for 146, if not 148, and we'll just have to see what this looks like as we look bullish on the daily time frame. For ES, we look more bullish. We are forming a double bottom. We could be pushing back up to about 6,000, if not 6,030. And I just want to say that we've been trying to push a little bit more from here. There is a head and shoulders on ES, but one thing I want to say is that we formed a double bottom off the right shoulder, and there's no guarantee we just dump unless we lose 58.80. We held it so far. The daily is starting to look bullish, so I'm now favoring this is going to try to push up to about 6,000 or even 6,040. We'll see if we can try to take out this high at 6,100 or not. That's going to be another big factor. If we take it out, we're going to try to push higher. If we can't, then this could just be like a lower high rejection. But for now, we're looking for this push to 6,000 plus and eventually 6,050. I see upside potential for now on ES, and we'll see if we break this high or not. But for now, we're looking for a push to the upside just to start off the week. I also think that Bitcoin's looking bullish on the daily. We're nearing a bullish cross in the PPO. We're holding our 20 EMA. I think this is going for about 100,000. If that breaks, we're looking for 102,000 as our target. So I see upside potential right over there. For Tesla, we look a bit more bullish. We have to try to hold above 410. As long as we're above that, we're looking for an attempt to try to fill this gap up to about 431. If Tesla could hold above 410, I think we might be going for 425 then 431. If we don't hold 410, there could be a retest of 402. Sometimes we do get small dips before it tries to continue, but we're holding support very well. The daily looks very strong, and I think this is favoring a rebound. It might be trying to get back up to about 430 plus. So overall, as long as we're above 410, I think Tesla will continue this push. The daily 20 EMA, we're doing a good job at holding up. NQ is looking more bullish as long as we don't lose 21,357. This is reversing now. So start off with the dip. I was worried about the trend looking weaker, but because we broke past our 50 EMA, we're looking for 21,600 as our target. If that breaks, we're looking for essentially 21,720. I think this is looking a bit more bullish. For the QQQ, we're looking for essentially 519 as our resistance. If we could break that, I think this gap could get filled to about 522. And then we also have this gap to fill around 528. So it could be a bounce to about 520, then eventually the 522s if we try to hold above 519. So I think we're doing a good job so far. There's a doji forming on the Aapl daily chart, so we'll just have to see how things end up going. As long as we don't lose 241, we could be looking for a move back up to about 246. So I see some upside potential right over here. For the IWM Russell 2000, we have a nice divergence right over here. We're also holding support quite well. So as long as we don't end up losing 222, we're favoring a move back up to about 226.6. So I think the Russell has potential. So 226 plus is looking like more probable. I think we might be pushing for those higher levels. For coin is looking at 270 as our resistance. If we break this, we're looking for 279. If this rejects here, we're looking for a dip back down, but I think we're holding 270 quite well. And I think 279 is going to be our next potential resistance. Amazon, as long as you don't lose 221.87, I think that this daily gap is going to fill up to about 227 for a small rebound. Let's see if we could hold 222 just to be safe. As long as we're above that, we're looking quite good. For Meta, we're in the middle. We're not looking that great, so we're just stuck in between. We need to break past 610 to turn bullish, but if we lose 599, we could turn back down. It does look like it might be testing 610 again, so we'll see if that ends up being the case. For Microsoft, we're trying to hold 417. As long as we hold this, we're looking for a rebound for essentially 426. So this is looking like it's making a U-turn. As long as we don't lose 417, I favor 426 and eventually the gap fill for closer to about 430. For Google, we're doing a good job as well. We're holding our 20 EMA. So if we were to lose 189, I would turn more bearish. As long as we're above that, I think it's trying to rebound here, and this could actually fill this imbalance, taking us up to 196 or so. So watch and see if that ends up being the case. For other factors out there, I want to say that the VIX is looking a bit more bearish. We have this gap down here to fill another gap down here. So we'll just have to see what happens once we approach the 15 area. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. If anything, I think that SPY is looking more bullish on the daily. I think the market's making a big shift right now. I know that there was that head and shoulders, and we were worried about that, but we did get the dip. We dipped quite a bit already, and I still think there's always that possibility it does play out still. But as of right now, it looks like we're trying to see a small rebound going into next week. So I think that the market may try to rebound. So just I'm going to be watching that for now. And then could things shift later on? Yes, they could. We could still get a rejection later on, but there's no sign of it yet. And for now, we're looking for a push. So I think SPY, ES, the QQQ, NQ, Tesla, Nvda, and the others, they're going to be pushing a lot higher just to start things off for next week. We'll see if they end up making lower highs compared to where their highs when they get rejections or not. But for now, we're looking for more upside. So look for upside going into next week as the most likely possibility to start things off. I thank you all so much for listening. I'll go into more details about the rest of the tickers in my video. I may post another video tomorrow, if not on Sunday, but I'll try tomorrow looking at my schedule. With that being said, I thank you all so much for listening. Have a good rest of your day and peace out.